But these are the teams that are the elite. And I haven't even mentioned the NFC champions, the 49ers. Were you looking forward to a possible Tom Brady to San Francisco kind of deal where probably Garoppolo backfills his position in New England? Were you looking forward to that scenario?
No.
And neither was San Francisco, apparently. They have said no thank you to the prospect of Tom Brady. They are doing what – now, we both watched the Super Bowl. We know that Garoppolo wasn't great in the fourth quarter. But this is the right move to stick with your guy, right? You traded for him. You stuck with him for the last couple of seasons. He got you to the Super Bowl. He got you to the third quarter of the Super Bowl. He didn't get you much further than that, though.
He got tired.
It's possible.
He got tired, or Kansas City just kicked it into gear.
It's possible that a championship team could make championship caliber adjustments and get themselves across the finish line into the old Super Bowl. Man, that was the last NFL game played, and it might be for a while. I don't know. Baseball, they're already talking May. June is probably the best case scenario. They might play 81 games. I think I'd be cool with that. Half a season.
Yeah, that's fine.
If they start in July. The NBA is toying with a December to August season, which might be on the table depending on, if we lose, and I think July 1st is about the point of no return. I think with basketball, I think that if you can't play even a finals, and I think that it would be really unfair to just put Milwaukee and the Lakers in a finals. I think that you have to have 2 rounds. And I think that the NBA would certainly appreciate, especially if one side is going to be Milwaukee or Toronto, Milwaukee and Toronto playing, that you get that LA versus LA Western Conference Finals series. I think that you have to be pretty much ready to go early June. You could start June 3rd, play June 3rd and 5th, and then theoretically play the 7th, 9th, and 11th. So, you could play 2 series. You play 2 full 7-game series, and you could have a 14 playoff rather than a 16-team playoff. I think that would work. That would put some closure on this season. Otherwise, I don't think that there's any point. And ditto for hockey.
I has no words.
Why don't you have any words? July. I mean, I just don't think that they would do anything that would carry hockey and basketball into the month of July unless the NBA is ready to pull the trigger on doing this December to August thing and just wrap it in August to see how, to get a feel for it.
Yeah. Why not?
It would be a shame to not have a Stanley Cup final. It would be a shame for some of these teams that have turned it around, for St. Louis to be able to defend their title, for Tampa Bay to get Virginia got a mulligan. Virginia lost to a 16 seed in 2018, and then they won the whole darn thing in 2019. And by the way, there's no college basketball either.
No.
Is that the worst thing currently? Is that the tournament's been taken away?
No, because I've been so busy the last couple of years, I haven't even gotten to see any of it.
As far as those games that happen during the work day, during the work week.
Yeah, because usually boss man's gone, so I'm businessing, and then I'm usually hounding, watching the Hounds too. And no, I haven't seen March Madness, I don't think, in like 3 years.
Okay.
So that's a wash for me.
Opening day.
I miss having light days at the office where I just walk half a mile to see the Giants spring training. I miss that. You
did get spring training abbreviated. I have to think outside of our little Arizona cube here, even though we're all in quarantine at this point. I have to think on a broader scale that opening day is so much bigger of a deal than than in our little world. It's a step above talking about fantasy football bad beats, but it's not much of a step above. It is just our world where spring training means the world to us, and it means the world to our economy. So, I have done myself the favor because I don't think that there is any accomplishable feat that involves thinking about or stressing about finances or the economy. I'm going to look, and it's going to be pretty devastating, I imagine. You've seen communications that include the F word, like official communications about status updates.
Yeah, it's always great when you get in the morning and there's an email that's just, we're effed. We'll see what happens.
I think that's kind of where
that's all we can do. There's nothing else we can do. We just have to wait and see what happens. Just try to be entertaining and positive in the meantime.
Well, that's why I was going to say that the Bears, it was actually the Chicago Bears that sent that to their fans, because they signed Jimmy Graham. They're looking for any able-bodied man with a throwing arm and some experience playing football to challenge Mitchell Trubisky for the starting spot. It's really kind of a sad personal story for me, because all of my local heroes have fallen apart in one way or another. You look at Kareem Hunt.
I don't know if you really need to explain that.
No, I mean Kareem Hunt. It's been kind of downhill. The Browns put a franchise tag on him, by the way, so if somebody else wants to sign him, they're gonna have to compensate the Browns with a second round pick. That's not likely to happen. I think it was very strategical on the Browns' part to put that kind of tender on him. And then Mitchell Trubisky from Mentor, Ohio. Mitchell. He was the great hope. He was the great hope coming out of North Carolina. I thought that, he was going to give them everything that they could give Bears fans, everything that they expected and never received from Jay Cutler. And they got some things that are pretty, other than the douchiness.
Yeah, he's pretty positive and not so douchey. He's
a pretty nice guy.
Just not a great quarterback, though.
He just hasn't done well at quarterback for the Bears, but he's had 2 seasons like Baker Mayfield had in 2019. He's had 2 of those kind of bummer seasons. And, with Baker Mayfield, at least there was a little bit of brilliance on one side of it, whereas Trubisky, there was 1 year of, hey, this is pretty good, versus a couple seasons of, maybe not. And that's a little disappointing, because I had so much hope for Mitchell Trubisky. I had so much hope for DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton taken number 1 overall by the Suns, about a year and a half ago now. And he's been suspended for 25 games. And now he's not even the biggest DeAndre in Arizona sports. Because now it's capital D, little E, capital A for DeAndre Hopkins, who joins the Cardinals, and it is capital D and then lowercase everything else for DeAndre Ayton, who plays for the Suns. The Suns, they look like they were going, some of these bad teams looked like they were going in a pretty good direction, even if it wasn't going to equal the playoffs. And it's a shame. I mean, it's just a bummer across the board that all this stuff has been shut down, but, you weren't looking forward to the Cubs, so much, other than, the usual instances of enjoying seeing them play and relaxing to their afternoon games.
I didn't think it was David Ross. I just don't think it's going to go well.
So maybe you were spared David Ross, and the Astros were certainly spared.
I was spared that. I was spared Gonzaga blowing it in some craptastic fashion like they do every year.
Oh, that's not fair, because they're still trending upward.
Yeah, there's still time. But
it took them forever to get out of the Sweet 16. It took them forever to get into the final weekend before the Final Four. And they made it. They made it, and they could have made it again. She's Jen of Jeff. Let's throw it to a break. It's foul territory, and we'll be right back.
Watson in the pocket. Watson rifles over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins. Big time throw. And Hopkins with the snatch. The Texans once again silence the crowd in New Orleans.
This is Sports Overnight America.
Honestly, I just want to let the world know how sorry I am for my actions, and it's been a tough time for me, and I'm extremely embarrassed because of that video.
My wireless bill is so pricey. I love my phone, but it's a pain to switch.
You can bring your phone to Sprint and get a great unlimited plan. It's just $35 a month per line. That means keeping your phone, contacts, photos, everything on it.
I like the sound of that.
They'll even give you a $300 prepaid MasterCard just for switching.
I'll get money and an affordable phone plan? I gotta go check that out.
Tired of your high wireless bill but love your phone? We understand. Bring your phone to Sprint and get an unlimited plan for just $35 a month per line and get a $300 prepaid MasterCard just for switching. Plus get Sprint's 100% total satisfaction guarantee when you switch. Visit a Sprint store, Sprint.com, or call 800-SPRINT-1 today. Unlimited kickstart. Speed maximums and use rules apply. Offer and coverage not available everywhere with autopay excludes taxes, surcharges, and roaming subject to credit. $30 activation fee and restrictions apply. $300 offer requires support online registration. Card terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. Member FDIC. Guarantee applies to new lines of service for 30 days.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health care for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health care for you and your family immediately and save as much as 50% off your current monthly health care payments. Our plans are perfect for people that are self-employed, can't afford health benefits where they work, or just want to pay less for their current health care. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. We even offer some of the new Christian faith-based health benefits. Save up to 50% on your family's health care. Make a free quick call now. There are no contracts, and we give you a 10-day money-back trial period. Call Provision Enrollment right now for your risk-free, guaranteed health insurance quote starting at $6 a day.
800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. That's 800-472-5145.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. These pills work for men and women to improve their sexual performance. And now for the price of 2 or 3 pills, you can get nearly 100. There's no need to pay expensive prices for Viagra or Cialis. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Change your life for the better and have fun. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
800-709-4409. 800-709-4409. 800-709-4409. That's 800-709-4409.
One strike pitch to Nicky, ground ball up the middle, into center field it goes. One run is in, another man coming home, and the throw home not in time. Nicky Lopez, who'd been fighting a little slump, singles to center. And the Royals take full advantage. And that's going to do it for Trevor Bauer.
And Bauer is not going to be happy. The inning got away. Some defensive miscues.
Hey, Rosie.
Frustration.
Trevor Bauer just took the ball from the pitcher's mound and hit the batter's eye beyond the wall in center field.
Frustrating afternoon for Trevor Bauer, and his manager was fine until it upset him there at the mound. What he did before he came out, watch this, he turns and fires it. Thankfully, he threw it against the board, so there was nobody in the seats there to get hit with it. But you don't do that when your manager's coming out. It's disrespectful. So Francona's going, what the heck was that? And Bauer goes, my bad, Skip, I'm sorry. And he goes, go grab some pine. I'm going to see you in a little bit. And so he's in the principal's office right now, and then let them deal with it. But the Royals, they frustrated him. They got some big hits on some of his best pitches, and so he got to go.
You're listening to Foul Territory.
And I would say any team that had an interest in trading for Trevor Bauer, that just ended with that incident.
All right, welcome back. It's Foul Territory. Trevor Bauer got a little bit foul towards the end of his run as a Cleveland Indian, but Tom Hamilton, the radio announcer for the Indians, was incorrect because the Reds did trade for him just a day or two later. And Trevor Bauer's kind of made a name for himself on social media, and he's made a name for himself in the world of baseball, in a world that is currently void of baseball. And we did a little bit of streaming ourselves here at Casa Rich on Saturday night. You want to tell them what we saw, John?
We saw a wacky random game of wiffle ball.
It was played up in Scottsdale. It looked like part of the Arizona Miracle League. They're trying to raise money for stadium employees, trying to raise $1 million. Trevor Bauer has done. Their little wiffle ball game on Saturday night, that included David Carpenter, Trevor Bauer, Derek Dietrich from the Cincinnati Reds, Mike Clevenger, Oscar Mercado, Zach Plesac from the Cleveland Indians. We saw some other guys stop by. It's tough to tell, these guys are all in street clothes and, everything's kind of really vague. It looked like they were having a hard time, getting any scoring done, until we got to like the third or fourth inning.
Yeah, it took them a little bit to get the hang of hitting the wiffle balls. And they had several different kinds of wiffle balls. So through trial and error, they determined, I think, the orange wiffle balls were the supreme of the wiffle balls.
Orange balls. Orange balls were preferred to...
Over yellow and white.
Over yellow and white.
Yeah. So yeah, it did take them a couple innings, and they didn't play a full 9 innings. I think it was only like
5 innings.
5 or 6.
Right.
The trophy was naturally a liter size bottle of pump hand sanitizer.
That's great. I've seen kind of mixed results, and it was even suggested that the NFL was a little insensitive letting their game take over the news cycle in the way that it did. It was kind of the first day since this all really started, which was last time we were on the air on Thursday, before everything got shut. Well, I guess everything did get shut down, but they were mocking coronavirus, but I don't know if they were necessarily mocking it, just mocking the hoarding that everybody running, lining up at the stores, buying out the hand sanitizer, buying out the tissue paper, basically buying everything out of the store other than the canned potatoes that apparently only you, in Phoenix anyway, likes.
Yeah. Same stack of canned potatoes that was sitting there on Friday that I was like, no, I don't need these canned potatoes. Someone else could have them. Was still there today. So I'm like, yep, nope, these are mine now. And it's not like they restacked them. Like the shelf was just as empty as it previously was, and the same 4 were still smashed up against the wall in the back end of the shelf.
I think that our oddball tastes, Jen, are going to get us through this pseudo-apocalypse that we're apparently living in.
It really, really helps that we have spent 15 years watching Chopped as well. We can make food out of anything at this point.
And Chopped, for those unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's a cooking show on Food Network.
Competition.
And they put 4 chefs against each other. They get a basket of completely random crap that they have to make 5-star quality food with to impress judges. And every round, obviously appetizer, dinner, dessert, they chop somebody, and at the end, somebody wins a buttload of money.
But the idea is being able to make those unique. They usually give you one base ingredient that makes sense, and then you've got 3 wacky things that kind of go around it.
Like you might get a nice chunk of meat, but then you'll get some kind of weird gelatinous jello thing, and maybe some kind of weird pickled thing, and then maybe just some kind of disgusting mushroom.
Or like cheesy poofs, octopus, gummy worms, and then like black
a bottle of like Jack Daniels or something, like some booze, some random booze.
So that makes sense. I mean, and I've definitely spoken of it as something that we can use to pass the time. I like the. I don't like the fact that what the jokes are based on is that people are buying up toilet paper. One thing that got suggested, and we used to watch Shark Tank. I don't think that we've watched it quite as religiously anymore. But one of the products I do remember from Shark Tank was the dude wipes.
Yeah,
which are essentially just baby wipes, in black or navy blue or brown packaging, for the rather than the pink or teal green that the baby wipes come in, and they're baby wipes for men.
I think they might have been flushable.
And they are flushable.
Where the baby wipes aren't.
Okay. So DudeProducts.com. I looked this up today. DudeProducts.com. It looks like they still got inventory. You get a 48 count, and it's one wipe. I mean, here we are talking about butt wiping already on day on day one
Day
here.
6.
Day 6. Day 6 is fair. It's because we did day 0. Day 0 was the day that
Thursday?
things abruptly were called off.
Yeah.
And, we're on show number 1, which coincides with day 6 of this whole thing. And in the middle of it, not only did the NFL, slightly tweak their draft, they said it's still going to take place. They've had free agency without anybody being able to visit anyone, which is fine because it's all just it's a dog and pony show anyway. Oh, you have facilities, that's cool. Show me the virtual tour. I mean, you could do all of this stuff remotely. You don't need to fly around the country and glad hand with these guys. But, I'm sure that as free agents, these guys like to be kind of wined and dined a little bit and, comfortably hear pitches rather than have everything relayed from across the country. I think that it's tough. I sort of did it. I accepted a job in Arizona from across the country, really virtually sight unseen.